Child, come closer. I have words for you that I do not speak to everyone. Words of deep restoration that will touch the very core of who you are. I have been keeping a close eye on you with kindness. I'm here to take you to a place of rest you've never been to before. I saw the moment when some of you started to shut down. When you didn't want to fight anymore and didn't know what else you could give. I spoke a word over your life that will change everything. The places that have gone numb are getting life again from me. I'm putting peace in your heart that goes beyond everything you're going through. It's not just comfort. This is the rising again. Days have been going by that have seemed like they would never end. Days that blended together into a never-ending cycle of just getting by. When morning came, you woke up feeling afraid instead of hopeful. You weren't sure if you had the strength to get through the next 24 hours. That's right. You did what you had to do, not because you wanted to. You laughed when you were supposed to laugh, smiled when you were supposed to smile, and worked when you were supposed to work. But you were falling apart on the inside. You were losing parts of yourself that you didn't know how to get back. You stopped having dreams since they hurt too much. Life always found a way to break your hope for the better. As soon as you dared to think that things could be different, they showed you that they might not. You stopped. You turned off the part of you that thought about a different future. The part of you that dared to want more was locked away. You buried the part of you that thought happiness was possible. You told yourself this was smart. This was self-defense. This was the mature way to deal with disappointment. But it wasn't smart. The death was slow. You stopped hoping because it seemed like hoping would only lead to more disappointment. You had faith before. You had prayed before. You had faith in the past. Where did it lead you? Since you were tired, confused, and not sure if anything was important, you decided it would be safer to expect nothing than to risk getting hurt again. You lowered your hopes until they were so low that you could no longer be let down for any reason. But it was also impossible to lift you. You were not able to fly. It was too hard for you to fully experience what I wanted to give you because you were too busy keeping yourself safe. You gave up the fight because you were sick of losing. Battle after battle, fight after fight, and crisis after crisis. You kept getting back up, trying again and moving forward. You thought you were making progress, but something always set you back. You thought you were finally making progress, but something always set you back. And eventually, all of those losses wore you down to the point where you didn't have the strength to fight anymore. That means you gave up. Not to me, but to the situation. You gave up and waved the white flag. What you thought was the end, though, was actually a divine pause. It wasn't with indifference or disappointment that I watched you fall apart. I held you together while I got you ready for what was going to happen next. You did not believe you were breaking apart. I saw work being done. You thought that everything was going wrong. I saw the rebuilding. You thought you were going to lose. Strategic repositioning was what I saw. From my point of view, what looked like defeat was actually a divine setup. Also, what's coming next needs a version of you that I can only make. Not the strong person who tries to handle everything on their own. Not the person you think you are when you know everything. The version of you that knows how to lean into me, draw from me, and depend on me for every breath. Not the version of you that acts strong when you're not. The you who has been through enough to know that you can't do anything without me. But everything is possible with me. Pay attention to what I say now. Of course, not with your ears, but you might be able to hear them or read them. But listen with your spirit, with the part of you that knows my voice at your core. Listen from where you are, even if your mind is cloudy and your emotions are strong. These aren't just nice words meant to make you feel better for a short time. The power to change everything they touch lies in these living words. Let my voice touch the parts of you that have been bleeding inside. The cuts that no one else can see. The pain you've learned to hide so well that not even the people you care about most know how much it hurts. You keep your grief to yourself because you don't think anyone would understand. The shame that you haven't said out loud because you're scared of what people will think if they do. It's the fear that takes over you when you're alone with your thoughts. Let my voice go to all of those places. You have worked so hard to be strong, to keep it together, and to keep going even though you were breaking inside. You went to work even though you were lazy. You took care of things even though you were so tired you could hardly stand. You helped other people even when you needed help yourself. No one saw how much it would cost. No one knew how hard it was for you to keep going. No one knew that you were barely holding on by a thread, that you were running on fumes, and that you were one crisis away from disaster. To be strong, though, you can't act like everything is fine when it's not. Putting on a brave face when you are dying inside is not being strong. Being strong doesn't mean making other people think you're fine when you're actually falling apart inside. That's not being strong. There you have performance. That is staying alive. Putting on a brave face that is slowly hurting yourself. Letting me carry what you were never meant to carry alone is what real strength is. It takes real strength to know that you can't do this by yourself. Being weak enough to ask for help is what makes you strong. We need to help you. I'm needed. Giving up is where real strength lies. Not trying to get it. Real strength comes from relying on me, not from being free from everyone else. You don't need to work harder either. No, I'm not going to add anything else to your already long list of duties. I'm not telling you to be more disciplined, committed, or strong-willed. I want you to stop trying so hard and let me bring you back to life. Let me carry the load. I'll fight the fights. Let me handle the things you've been taking care of by yourself. God, in your life, please, not only in theory, but also in real everyday ways, in ways you might not have known. The story of a woman in the Bible is a lot like yours. 12 years had passed since she last bled. 12 years. Take a look at that. 12 years of her life went by with no ending, no healing, and no hope that things would ever get better. 12 years of dealing with the same problem, pain, and shame every day when they woke up. For 12 years, she watched as her life went downhill while everyone else's seemed to get better, make progress, and have miracles happen. She gave all of her money to doctors who couldn't help her. She used every tool, saved every penny, and had every connection she could. She tried treatment after treatment, doctor after doctor, and remedy after remedy, but nothing helped. In fact, the Gospel says that while they were taking care of her, she not only got worse, she wasn't healed. People helped her, but she ended up worse off than she was before. This person took her money and gave her nothing in return, but more pain and less hope. As her life force left her, she got weaker and weaker. Her health was getting worse. The bleeding itself wasn't even the worst part. The religious system told her she was dirty and that other people shouldn't touch her or be near her. She lived alone and wasn't able to worship or be with other people. She wasn't allowed in places where she could have found comfort and support. That was not possible for her. She couldn't take part in gatherings. She couldn't even touch her own family because it was against the rules. She felt bad about her life. Shame on her for being unable to recover. Shame on her for thinking she was somehow inferior to others. Shame that her body was deceiving her day by day with no end in sight. Shame that she had to live on the edges of society and watch other people's lives go by while hers stayed still. Everyone didn't get it. No one could understand. Nobody knew what it was like to have to carry this load year after year with no break. That was until something inside her changed everything. She knew about me. People told each other about a rabbi who was different from the others, a healer who did the work, a teacher who let the outsiders come in, a man who touched lepers, ate with sinners, and included people who were left out. It was said that blind people could open their eyes, deaf people could hear, and paralyzed limbs could walk. Certain stories woke up in her something that had been dormant for a long time. Hope. She chose to act because she was more desperate than scared. She chose to risk being embarrassed because she thought that getting better might be worth it. She broke every religious rule and social norm because she thought that just being near me would be enough for her. She didn't need to pray for a long time. She didn't need a formal service to help her get better. She did not need to be seen, called out, or approved of. All she had to do was touch me. Just the edge of my clothes for a short time. That's enough for now. In public, she shouldn't have been there, but she pushed through a crowd anyway. For every person she touched, she technically spread germs. She broke the law every time she went into that crowd. She could have been put in jail. She might have been stoned. She might have been shamed in public and kicked out of the city. She no longer cared, though. It was worth the risk. It was worth everything to get to me. It was against the rules for her to touch anyone. Her hand reached out through the crowd, shaking with a mix of weakness, desperation, and faith. The power left me as soon as her fingers touched the edge of my clothing. It went to her. There was no religious test to see if she had enough faith or said the right prayer. She came with everything she had left. She had enough left over. Right away, she knew in her body that she was healed. 12 years of pain ended in an instant. The blood stopped flowing. Her body got stronger again. She felt better after feeling ashamed. Meeting me broke the spell of loneliness that had been in her life for more than 10 years. Everything changed with one touch. I didn't let her get lost in the crowd, though. I felt her touch in the middle of a lot of people. I could hear her desperation over the other people's demands. I put everything on hold to look her in the eye and call her daughter. I'm not a woman, an outcast, or an unclean daughter. I fixed not only her body, but also who she was. I gave her back the years that were taken from her. I brought her back into the community after she had been living alone. I used her story of loss to show how powerful I am. I'm going to do the same thing for you now. Put a flag in the ground right now. If you are ready for the pain to stop and for the healing to start, type "I receive my healing" in the comment box below. Not just with your fingers, but also with your mind. As you type it, picture your hand reaching through the crowd to touch the hem of his garment, just like hers did. The comment you made is your reach. That sentence is your touch. Heaven should see that you're not just listening. You should reach out. You've been bleeding inside in ways that no one else can see. You've been losing parts of yourself, like your hope, your joy, and your plans for the future. Even though you act strong for everyone else, you've been getting weaker. Even though you are with other people, you feel alone in your pain. It's been making you feel bad about things you didn't do or deserve. You've been living on the edges of the life I had planned for you, observing how others seem to make progress while yours remains elusive. You've done everything you know how to do. You've read the books, gone to the conferences, listened to the sermons, and put the ideas into practice. It seems like your prayers have hit the ceiling when you said them. You have given, grieved, served, and fasted. And you believed with all your heart until it got too hard. And you weren't sure you still had any faith. Even though you did everything right, you are still here wondering what you did wrong and why nothing works for you, but everything works for everyone else. You've reached the end of yourself. You have no more plans to use. You have used up all of your resources. You're no longer able to feel anything. You don't know what to do next or have anything left to give. But where you end is where I begin. When you give up trying to fix things yourself, I can do what I can do best. It's okay that you feel empty. There is a chance. A chance for my strength to shine through your weakness. A chance for my strength to shine through because you gave up. I'm about to speak life over you. No, not until you get your act together. Not when you finally understand everything. Not until a long time from now, after you have proven yourself worthy. There is no better time than now to let these words reach you, be taken in, and touch the soft spots you have been guarding. As you do this, I am breathing my spirit into the places that no longer want to fight. Your heart is being caressed with a peace that doesn't depend on things changing. The parts of you that shut down because of the pain are being touched. I'm now waking them up again. You're not weak just because you were tired. You are a person. You were never meant to carry as much weight as you are now. You were not meant to carry the weight of worrying about the future on your shoulders. Your mind wasn't created to handle all issues by itself. Your heart wasn't made to handle trauma on its own. You were designed to work with me to get your strength, your peace, and your direction from me. You break down when you try to work without that connection. Not because you are broken, but because you are not working the way you were meant to. You were never meant to go through life without my voice leading the way. It wasn't your job to figure things out on your own. It wasn't meant for you to be self-sufficient. You were made so that you would depend on me, work with me, and talk to me all the time. And everything changes when you work that way. When I help you carry your loads, they feel lighter. I give you wisdom which helps you make decisions. The fears get smaller because I'm there to push them back. You are much stronger than you think because you are still here listening and open to what I have to say even after everything you have been through. Being strong doesn't mean not being tired. Being strong doesn't mean you never get tired, down, or stressed out. Being strong means continuing to breathe even when it hurts. When you fall 1,000 times, you have to get back up again. That's strength. It takes strength to know you can't do this by yourself and ask for help. I see strength in you right now. If you can't see it in yourself, I see a fighter. Even if you feel like you've lost, even though you feel weak, I see a warrior in you. I see someone who wins. I see victory for you. Even though you feel stuck, you may see problems in the present, but I see progress on the horizon. There are many days ahead of you. Even though you see walls everywhere, I need you to start seeing yourself through my eyes instead of the lens of your problems. I know that reading that sentence might make you tired. When you are worn out and barely getting through each day, the thought of many more days can be overwhelming instead of hopeful. Your mind may be telling you that you can't handle many more days. If you're already running on empty, you might be wondering how you can keep going. If you're scared, it could mean more of the same pain, struggle, and tiredness you've already been through. But I'm not talking about more days of what you've been going through. With a smile, I'm not going to promise you more of the same. It will be days when I'm with you in a way you haven't experienced before. There will be days when you wake up with hope instead of fear. Days when my peace keeps your heart safe, even when things are going crazy. There are times when my strength helps you when your own fails. Today is one of those days when you can see my hand moving on your behalf in ways that you can't explain by luck, coincidence, or positive thinking. On those days, you actually feel happy again. Not as a feeling that goes away, but as a calm state of mind that comes from knowing I hold you. There are days when you dream again because your heart has found hope again. There are days when you can laugh again because the sadness is gone. There will be days when you can love again after the hurts that made you afraid to open your heart. Days when you worship me again because you have seen how good I am in real life. There are days when you're glad you didn't give up that make you remember why you should live. That proves your best times are still ahead of you, not behind you. You need to make a choice, not one that is perfect. That being said, I'm not asking for perfection or a decision that everything is clear. I'm not asking that you fully understand everything. But I do want you to make the choice to live a truly life. Not just be alive, not just exist, not just do the bare minimum. You made the choice to live with your whole heart on me. You are open to my love in every way. And your eyes are on what I'm about to do. This isn't about pretending to feel something you don't. You can't act happy when you're sad. You can't make hope when you're feeling hopeless. You can't make yourself feel something that you don't want to feel. Don't act like I don't know you. Please make a decision in your mind that says yes to the life I'm giving you. Even if you're still feeling bad about it, in spite of not feeling it or seeing how it's possible yet, I want you to make up your mind to say yes to me, yes to hope, yes to healing, yes to change, and yes to the future I have planned for you. Being on defense against more pain, disappointment, and loss has been how you've been living. Because you didn't want to be hurt again, you put up walls around your heart. You emotionally shut down because it was too dangerous for you to feel anything. Because too many people had let you down. You shut yourself off. You stopped trusting because someone broke your trust. Because your hope was dashed. You gave up. I get why. I really do. You're hurt. You were let down. You've lost hope more times than you can remember. To protect yourself from the pain you were feeling. Everything you did made perfect sense. However, defense mode is not life to stay alive. It keeps you alive, but it doesn't help you grow. You can't feel joy because it keeps you from more pain. Some people won't be able to love you or hurt you because of it. It stops disappointment, but it also stops happiness. It's really a prison that looks like safety. Also, I did not make you to be locked up. I made you to be free, to thrive, to flourish, and to be completely happy when I'm with you. And that requires being open. You have to let down your guard around me. You have to trust me with the sensitive areas you have been keeping safe. It requires you to open your heart, which is scary to do after your heart has been broken. It takes hope. Even though it seems risky to hope, you have to believe. Even though believing has let me down in the past. This is what faith means. This is what it costs to be close to me. It's worth it though. It will be worth it. I promise. Part 2. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not like the people who let you down. People make mistakes, are inconsistent, and are limited by the fact that they are broken. They didn't always mean to hurt you. Sometimes they did it because they were hurt themselves. It wasn't always that they meant to let you down. Sometimes it was because they weren't able to be what you needed. They let you down sometimes not because they were mean, but because they were people. But I'm not a person. I'm God. I am completely loyal. Have unlimited power. I'm a consistent person. And my love for you never changes. I'm not like the things that broke you down. Things happen for no reason and are often out of your control. Life happens. And sometimes it's unfair. It hurts or there's no good reason for how things go. However, I am in charge of everything. For those who love me, I make everything work out for the best. I use for good what the enemy meant for evil. I used what was meant to hurt you to make you stronger. I used what was meant to break you to make you stronger. I'm not like the times you were let down and learned to give up hope. You were disappointed because you were hoping for the wrong things, the wrong time frame, or without giving up control of the outcome. But disappointment is less powerful when you put your faith in my character and the things I say I will do instead of specific results or dates. You can trust that I am still good, still at work, still faithful, and still committed to your ultimate good, even when things don't go the way you planned. And I'd like you to let me in. Let me delve into the sadness when you had faith but nothing happened. The prayers that didn't seem to be heard. The things you thought I said I would do but never did. If you're disappointed, let me talk about it. Allow me to reframe them. Come with me as I explain what I was doing when it looked like I had nothing to do. Let me feel the fear. That worry that makes you wake up at night with a racing heart. The sudden fear that seems to take over you. The stress that keeps you from being at peace in the present. The fear of losing what little strength you still have. Let me talk about those worries. Make me bigger than them. Let me show you that my perfect love takes away your fear, that you can trust me no matter what, and that I can fix anything that happens to you. Let me into your anger that you've been afraid to show. The anger you hid because you know that as a Christian, you shouldn't be angry. You have kept your anger inside because you didn't think it was okay to do so. You have been hiding your anger because you were afraid I would reject you if you told me about it. Let me get into all of that. I can handle your anger. No, I'm not weak. I'm not going to turn you down for being honest with me. I want you to tell me the truth, not your well-polished lie. Talk to me about the things you've been afraid to ask. The doubts that make you question whether any of this is real. The confusion over why I didn't step in when you really needed me to. You've been hiding your intellectual doubts about faith because you thought doubt was the opposite of faith. Let me answer those questions. Wrestling with me is not disrespectful. It's not a sign of lack of faith to ask tough questions. I changed Jacob's name and his fate after he fought with me. When Job asked me a question, I told him he was my servant. It's much better to have doubt that wants to connect with me than certainty that wants to avoid me. Let me into everything so I can change everything. What you won't tell me, I can't heal. I can't change something that you won't give up. I can't bring back something you won't let go of. Now, don't hide from me. Say no to pretending with me. Don't do that for me. Come as you are with all of your doubts, fears, anger, questions, and mess. Get dirty. Come broken. Don't be confused. Come just the way you are now. I'll meet you there. Transformation is not something you can do by working hard, being disciplined, or having strong willpower. Transformation is something you let happen. It means giving up. Opening your hands to let go of what you have been holding on to so tightly. Being in charge felt like the only thing that could keep you from falling apart. So, you held on tight. Maybe you could stop more pain from coming your way if you just worked hard enough, handled things well enough, and stayed alert long enough. When I try to give you something, your hands get so tight that they can't hold it. You have worry in your hands. Even though I offer you peace, I want to bring you happiness. But your hands are full of anger. I want to help you break through, but all you can see are the same old patterns you've been doing for years. I'm giving you something new, but you can't take it because you are holding on so tight to the old. Please open your hands. Allow yourself to let go of the plan you made for how your life should go. Now is the time to give up. Look at your hands with your own eyes right now. Picture holding everything you're holding on to. The worry, the power, the old schedules. In the comments, type the word open. This is your act of letting go. Tell the Lord that you are done holding on to the ashes so that He can give you the beauty. You made a plan for when you would get married, have kids, reach certain career goals, own a house, and be financially stable. Type open and let go. Let go of everything. You can't let go of those things because they are bad, but because they are killing you. Please give them to me and trust that I will time them better than you. Give up the plan you thought was the only way to get better, even if it doesn't make you feel better. You were sure of the exact steps you needed to take to reach your goal. You believed that certain doors had to open, certain people had to be involved, and certain events had to take place in a certain order. Let go of everything. I can get you where I want you to be in 1,000 different ways. Most of them are things you've never even thought of. There are other ways to do things besides your plan. It might not even be the best way to do it. Trust me enough to abandon your plan in favor of mine, even though mine doesn't look anything like yours. Let go of the things you thought had to happen. You decided on the exact results you needed in order to be okay. What had to happen in order for you to be at peace, the issues that needed to be fixed so that you could be content. Let go of everything. Your peace can't depend on what's going on around you because things are always changing. Your happiness can't depend on what happens because you can't always control what happens. Life doesn't always go the way we want it to. So your safety can't depend on things going the way you want them to. Learn to find peace in me no matter what will happen. Learn to find happiness in my presence no matter what happens, no matter what happens in life. Learn to find safety in my character. Trust me with everything. This is very scary. I understand. It feels like falling when you let go. Giving up control makes you feel like chaos. Surrendering is like losing. But you're not going to fall. You're being caught. It's not getting worse and worse for you. This is how you are being held. There's no loss for you. You're getting ahead because you're getting me in return. Things you're afraid to lose are not worth what I'm worth. You thought you were holding yourself together, but I've been under you the whole time, holding you up. It was my strength that was flowing through you that you thought was yours. You thought you were building resilience, but I was really just supporting you. You were carrying me when you were able to keep going, even when there was no good reason to. You have never been strong for yourself. I've had you in my arms the whole time. You just didn't know it. I want you to stop straining and rest in my hold now. Let go of your need to control everything and trust that I have it all under control. Do not wear yourself out by trying to keep everything together. Let me do it for you. I have you. I've had you all along. I'm not going to leave you now, either. I'm about to show you wonders you have never thought of. They're not because you worked hard for them or used positive thinking or visualization to make them happen. They're because I love you. I'm good. And it makes me happy to give good gifts to my kids. You've been through a season of shedding where it seemed like everything was being taken away. Job security, relationship security, financial security, and emotional security. Things you relied on were taken away one by one, and it felt like being spanked. It seemed like someone was after you. For so much loss to happen at once, it felt like you must have done something very wrong. I wasn't punishing you, though, getting rid of anything that was in the way of what I wanted to give you. I was making room for something better in your life, heart and mind, than what you were settling for. Some of what was taken away was good, but not the best. Some of what was taken away was comfortable, but it wasn't satisfying. Some of what was taken away felt necessary, but it was stopping you from moving into your true calling and purpose. You believe you missed time. When you think back on the last few years, you see chances that were missed and seasons that didn't lead to anything useful. It seems like your peers are making progress while you are stuck, making you feel like you are not where you should be. Late on the date you set for yourself. Behind where you could have been if you had chosen differently or things had gone differently. You're not behind though. Right where I need you to be for the next thing I'm going to do. You feel like you missed a chance. That one chance that never came up. That one door opened, but you didn't move fast enough, so it shut. It was the wrong time for that one relationship to happen. You turned down that one job offer that would have changed everything. You now feel like you missed your chance. You won't get another chance like that. That you messed up and will always have to deal with the results. You didn't miss anything though. In that case, I could have made it possible for you to have that thing. In the event that it did not take place, it was not planned to. Not in that form anyway. Not at that time. I am the God who turns back time. I'm the one who brings back the years that locusts attempts their way of life and their future heard my word through the prophet Joel. Years of planting, caring for, and hoping for the best were lost in just a few days. While they were in terrible pain, I promised them that things would get better, not just adding, but multiplying as well. For the years the locusts have eaten, I will repay you. I'll give back what was taken. I will give you back what you lost, plus more. You will eat well, be full, and praise my name. I am the one who makes everything good for those who love me. Not some things. Everything, not just the good stuff. I take all of your disappointments, setbacks, losses, and failures and weave them together into something beautiful, useful, and blessed that brings glory to me and good fortune to you. Giving me what you have won't waste a moment of your life. Pain makes people strong-willed. The trials make you who you are. The suffering gives us hope. And that hope doesn't let you down because the Holy Spirit has poured my love into your heart. Every tear is now in a box. They're in a bottle. I write them down in my book. Not a single tear you've shed has been ignored, brushed off, or forgotten. All of them are important to me. Every breakdown is important. Each moment of grief is important. Every emotion that hit you hard is important. I saw everything. I felt everything with you. I'm going to use everything. All of your prayers have been heard. They even felt like they couldn't go any further. Even the ones you prayed for but weren't sure about. Even the ones you cried out in desperation when you couldn't even form words that made sense. I heard and felt every single prayer. You didn't see an answer right away, but that doesn't mean I didn't hear you. Things weren't changing on your schedule, but that doesn't mean I wasn't working. I heard every prayer, and I am answering in my own way in time for your best. You have grown in ways that are far more valuable than what was taken away during every moment of endurance. Character that cannot be shaped by comfort and ease. Without testing, faith cannot grow. Dependence on me that can only be acquired through extreme hardship. Compassion for others that you can't grow without going through your own pain. War is necessary to gain authority in the spiritual realm. An account that can't be written down without a test. You're not weak. You are getting stronger. To get stronger, you have to face challenges. A lot of people have fought against you. Every problem you've had to deal with has helped you grow spiritually. Each battle you've been in has helped you get ready for bigger ones to come. Every hard thing you've been through has made you stronger so that you can help other people get through theirs. You're not weak. You are making progress. If I finish training you, you will be so strong that the enemy can't stop you. We're not seeing you fall apart. You are being put back together. A building has to be torn down to the foundation sometimes before it can be put back together correctly. Things need to be taken apart sometimes before they can be put back together better. From my point of view, what looks like destruction to you is actually renovation. I'm putting you back together from the bottom up, from the inside out. This time it will last. There's no loss for you. You are getting ready for a comeback that will make everyone who thought you were out loud laugh. Everyone who didn't believe in you or said you'd never amount to anything. Everyone who told you to give up and everyone who left you when things got tough. Everyone who cheered for your downfall will have to see me restore, promote, defend, and bless you. Your comeback will be so clear that they will have to admit that God is with you. And the first step is for you to know who you are and whose you are. You are mine. The first thing that makes you who you is your primary identity. The thing that makes you who you are in every other way. I love you more than your job title, your relationship status, your income level, your successes or failures. You are mine first. I have already said who you are before anyone else can. You are my beloved child, picked, called, and set apart for my plans. I chose you before the world was even made. I chose you before the earth existed, time began, and anything was made. I picked you because I saw you. This wasn't picked at random. It wasn't a lucky break. This was planned, deliberate, and clear. I chose you out of all the people who could have existed. I made you just the way you are, out of all the possible mixes of your DNA, personality, and gifts. Oh, and I don't mess up. I knit you together in the womb of your mother. I made the inside of you. I secretly put you together. I saw your unformed matter. And every day I wrote in my book what was planned for you before any of them came to be. I gave you your traits, your strengths, and your interests. I gave you your mind, your creativity, and your own special way of seeing things. I gave you your body, how you look, and the abilities you have. I planned every single part of you with a specific goal in mind. That's right. I called you by your name, not by your number, tag, role, or function. I know you personally, deeply, and completely. I know what you're thinking before you do. Before you say a word, I know it. I know you're getting up and sitting down. I know when you come and go. I am very familiar with all of your ways. There is nothing about you that I don't know, that surprises me, or that makes me sad. I have written your name on the palms of my hands. When I look at my hands, I see you. I will always have your name, face, and life on my hands. I would never forget you, even if I tried. You are always ahead of me. I think about you all the time. I will always love you. You're not a mistake. I planned you, even if your parents didn't. They may have been surprised by you, but I wasn't. I planned for you to be born. I knew for sure when and where you would be born. I chose the family you would be born into. There was no chance in any of this. It was all part of my plan to rule the world. You're not a mistake. It doesn't matter if people have treated you like a mistake, or if you felt like being alive is a burden or wished you were never born. You are not a mistake. Each and every person I make is important to me and has a part to play in my plan. You're not the only one. You are important. Your life is important. Your existence is important. You're not too much or too little. You don't show too much emotion, are too sensitive, or are too intense. You're not too down, too broken, or too far gone. You're not too old, too young, or too late. You're also not good enough, inadequate, or lacking. You're not smart enough, talented enough, or good enough. You are exactly the person I made you to be. In fact, I need you to be just that. I'm proud to be your parent. I'm not embarrassed by you. I am not let down by you. Not because I'm mad at you. I will be proud of you now. Not when you get your act together. Right now, I'm proud of you. Glad you didn't give up. Proud of how strong you are. Proud of the way your heart keeps reaching for me. Even when you feel like you're not close, you should be proud that your faith doesn't go out. Even when everything around you tries to do so, you can't lose because my love is stronger than anything else. Even though the Apostle Paul went through a lot of pain, hardship, and persecution, he wrote these words with complete confidence, not trouble. You can't be separated from my love by hard times. Not bad mood. Even the worst things in the world can't separate you from my love. It's not persecution. No matter what happens, no one can take away my love for you. For lack of food or money, nothing can separate you from my love. Shame, being naked, or being put down can't separate you from my love. Not danger, not threats to your safety can keep you from my love. Death, not even a sword can't separate you from my love. Not life or death. My love for you lasts whether you are alive or dead. Nobody, not even angels or rulers, can keep you from my love, whether they are in heaven or on earth. Not things that are happening now or things that will happen in the future. There's nothing going on right now. There is nothing that can separate you from my love in the future. No amount of power, authority, influence, or dominion can separate you from my love. Nothing in the world, not height, not depth, not distance, not dimension, not realm, not anything can separate you from my love. Paul went over every possible group and then added this catch-all to make sure nothing was missed. There is nothing in the world that can separate you from my love in Christ Jesus. That means you can't lose. Not because you're strong by yourself, you're not. No, not because you're strong enough to handle any attack. You're not. But because I hide you, nothing can get to you without going through me first. My blood is all over you. My spirit has sealed you. You are safe because I'm here. My angels watch over you. My favor is all around you like a shield. I want you to put that shield of favor over your life right now in a real way. You are declaring to the world that you are not hiding in shame and are instead standing under an open heaven by clicking the like button. If you say this, it means, Lord, I am aligning myself with your favor. That one click is an act of faith that tells God that you expect good things to happen to you today and every day this week. Let the like button serve as a reminder that God is with you. The enemy has been trying to make you think that you've lost. He has been playing over and over in your mind all the times you failed. He plays over and over again every mistake you made, every sin you committed, every time you fell short, and every disappointment you caused to try to convince you that you are not good enough, that you are broken, and that you can never be saved. He lies, though. He has lied all his life. He is the one who spreads lies. And every charge he makes against you has already been met with my blood. He has been making your flaws look worse and my strengths look better. He wants you to think about how bad you are so you forget how good I am. He wants you to worry about your limits all the time so that you don't notice my limitless power. You should worry about what you can't do so you don't see what I can do through you. But I'm not limited by what you're limited by. Your weakness doesn't hold me back. In fact, when I'm weak, my strength shines through. You are strong when I am weak because my strength fills in where yours leaves off. There have been hints that it's too late. That you're too far behind to catch up. That you're no longer eligible for my plans. That you missed out on the best chances. And that you should settle for less than what I promised because you no longer deserve my best. But I never think it's too late. 11th hour miracles are my specialty. I'm the God of all sudden things. You've been trying to change things for years, but I can do it in an instant. You haven't ruled yourself out of my plans. You can't get yourself kicked out. My calling and gifts can't be taken away. What I want for your life doesn't change based on how well you do. My plans for you don't depend on you being perfect. They depend on me being loyal, which I always am. But you've been listening to him instead of me for too long. His voice is louder because he knows how to get to your weak spots. Anger, shame, and accusations have made it impossible for me to be heard. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I have to speak up now. His words can't be heard over my truth. And I want you to learn the sound of my voice so you can tell the difference between when I'm talking and when the enemy is lying. My voice makes things happen. His voice kills. My voice gives people hope. His voice makes me sad. My voice frees people. His voice binds us together. My voice makes you stronger. His voice breaks your heart. My voice tells people who you are. His voice tells everyone how ashamed you are. My voice tells you what will happen. His voice brings up your past. Find out the difference and pick my voice to listen to. You are meant to live. Do not just breathe. Do not just survive. Do not just exist. Live with desire, passion, and strength. Feel everything. Be fully present and live fully alive. Feel joy coming from inside you and live. Keep your heart and mind safe with peace. Spread love to everyone around you as you live. Have hope that keeps your soul stable. Believe things that can't be seen. This is your fate. This is the reason I made you. This is why I kept you. This is what I want you to do. Your paths will eventually cross in places where you have only seen resistance. The ones where things have been going badly for years and years. No matter how hard you work, your money never seems to get better. The health problems that doctors can't figure out how to fix. That hurt inside that won't heal. The habits that keep you from moving forward. The mental walls that keep you locked up. A breakthrough is on the way. That's not because you finally got the formula right. It's because my time has come. It is meant to be that the relationships that have been broken will be fixed. You haven't talked to that family member in years. The friend you broke up with and lost. The marriage that is just about to fall apart. The kid who ran off. I am a restorer. I bring back the years that the locusts ate. I rebuild the old ruins. I fix the hole. I straighten out the places that aren't straight. I will put back together what the enemy broke. I will fix what has been broken. I will put back together what has been broken. Instead of sickness, you are meant to walk in health, wholeness, and plenty. Yes, I am the Lord who heals you and makes you whole again. I make all things new so there is never a shortage of anything. I came so that you could have a long and happy life. This is what I want for you. Not lack of food, sickness, and broken things, but healing, restoration, and provision. I'm a good dad who gives my kids nice gifts. I've also got some nice gifts ready for you. You were meant for more than what you currently have. You haven't been living up to your rights as my child. You've been taking crumbs when I've set out a feast. You've been getting your water from broken cisterns. But I am a living water spring. You've been living in the desert when I have a promised land ready for you. However, you gave up because you didn't know any better, didn't think you deserved better, or were too tired to try for better. But I'm making you expect more. I'm making your vision bigger. You are becoming more open to receiving what I want to give you. And that fate is not up in the air depending on how well you do. It's not a reward for being good. The only way to get it is to be good enough, do enough, or achieve enough. My promise makes it safe. I said I would. I'm going to do it. I said it. It will happen because I will make it happen. You don't have to earn it. You just have to accept it. Not to reach it, but to have faith in it. To let it happen, not to make it happen. I want you to bring back the dreams you put away. The ones you gave up on because they looked too hard to do. The ones you killed because you couldn't see a way to move forward. People told you they were stupid, unrealistic, or too big for someone like you. So, you gave up on them. You didn't have those dreams, though. I gave you those dreams. You didn't just have those desires out of the blue. They were messages from God about what I wanted to do with your life. And the fact that they haven't happened yet doesn't mean they won't. I am the God who made Abraham a son when he was 100 years old and Sarah was 90 years old. A son born to a couple who were too old to have children and had given up on ever having a child. They tried to make it happen their own way and messed things up. But the promise came true at the right time. Isaac was born. Nothing is impossible for me. So the impossible became real. God, you brought water from a rock and bread from heaven. I took care of a whole country in the middle of a desert with no natural food sources. I provided for them miraculously for 40 years. Because I'm not limited by natural resources. I met needs that couldn't be met by natural means. I make resources when there aren't any. I find a way when there isn't one. I am God. And I stopped the sun so Joshua could finish the battle. I changed the way nature worked to give my servant what he needed to do what I wanted. I broke the rules of physics because my goals are more important than the rules of nature. I am in charge of everything. I say do it. It does what I say, and I will do whatever needs to be done to make my promises come true in your life. The dead have been raised by my God. I brought my own son back from the dead. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days, but I brought him back to life. I brought the daughter of Jairus back to life. I stopped a funeral procession to help raise the son of a widow. Death does not have the last word on me. I am the risen Christ and the living one. What you think is dead is what I see is ready to be raised from the dead. This is God. With a word, I turned water into wine, walked on water, and stopped storms. I regularly did things that were impossible, not to brag or impress others, but to show that I am God, that I am in charge, that nothing is impossible for me, and that I have not changed. I haven't changed at all since yesterday. I can still do what I did back then. In the Bible, the miracles you read about are real events. These are examples of what I can do. I can do the same things now as I could then. Nothing is impossible for me to achieve. And you can make your dreams come true. Not because of what you can do, but because of how my power works in and through you. Stop putting limits on me with the way you naturally think. Don't rule out things just because they look too hard, too late, or not likely. Don't put my promises in a box marked impossible. Everything is possible with me. I want you to trust me on this. Really think that. Change your ideas about what's possible in your life with that truth. You have to choose to live, though. You have to decide to have hope again. You need to decide to believe again. If you have a weak faith that breaks down at the first sign of trouble, you shouldn't have it. I'm sure that I am who I say I am and that I will do what I said I would do. Though, this faith isn't naive. It is not cut off from the real world. It doesn't act like everything is okay when it's not. This faith doesn't try to hide the truth. It speaks of a higher reality. It takes into account what is and is sure of what will be because I said it. This is Abraham's faith. He had faith even when there was no reason to. It was obviously not possible based on the facts. His body looked like it was dead. He didn't lose faith when he thought about his own body. Even though Sarah's womb was dead, the truth didn't bother him when he faced it. He didn't say he wasn't old and no longer able to have children. He just thought I was more important than that. He told everyone about me how great I was by being sure I could keep my promise. He was found to be righteous because of his faith. David had this kind of faith when he was a teenage shepherd boy and stood in front of a 9-foot giant and said, "The battle is mine." Everyone else saw that it was impossible. David saw a chance for me to show how powerful I am. Everyone else ran away in fear. David had faith as he ran toward the battle. He did it not because he was brave or skilled, but because he knew me. He believed in me. He also thought I would fight for him. Daniel had this kind of faith. Even though he was told he would die for praying, he kept praying anyway. He trusted me more than he was afraid of what would happen. His relationship with me was more important to him than his own safety. I also shut lions' mouths to keep him safe. In honor of his faith, I did a miracle. This is the faith of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They told the king that they would not bow down to his idol, even if I did not save them from the fire. Their faith didn't depend on me doing what they wanted. Their faith was firm in who I am, no matter what happened. And I was with them in the fire. I didn't keep them from the fire. I went through it with them. And when they were done, their clothes didn't even smell like smoke. This is the faith I want you to have. Faith that doesn't waver under pressure. Faith that believes in my character even though you can't see my hand. Faith that trusts in my words even when there is reason to doubt them. Faith that sticks by me despite the high cost. This is the faith that makes me happy. This faith makes me want to do something. This kind of faith makes miracles happen because you don't want to be let down again. You have been afraid to hope. That makes perfect sense to me. Hope that is postponed makes the heart sick. It hurts when you hope for something and it doesn't happen. It hurts when you believe in something and it doesn't come true. It hurts your faith when you trust me to make something happen and it doesn't. You've been through this before, so you're afraid to shoot. You don't want to put your heart out there again because you don't know if you can handle another letdown. But my hope is not hope that has been put off. There is hope for sure. My promises are true in Christ. Every promise I've made comes true. I'm not a God who might exist. I'm not an I will test God. I am a it's done God. The things I've said will happen. It might not happen. It couldn't happen. Will happen. As a man, I won't lie. And as a son of man, I won't change my mind. Have I said it and will I not do it? Have I spoken and will I not keep my word? What I've said about your life will come true. That's not on your timeline, which is what's been making you so sad. But not in the way you think, which has caused you a lot of trouble. But in the best way possible that makes your life full and brings glory to my name. I'm in charge of the how and the when. While you wait, it's your job to believe, trust, and stay true. I know it's hard to wait. I know it seems like nothing is going on, but I'm always working. Even if you can't see it. Even more so when you can't see it. There you are in the tomb. But I want you to come out now. You've been living like Lazarus did after he died in grave clothes, locked in a dark tomb, and cut off from the rest of the world. Some parts of you died like hope, dreams, and joy. Since then, you've been going through the motions of life, but not really living. But just like I told Lazarus to rise from the dead after 4 days, I'm telling you to leave the place of death and enter the life again. Right now, the stone is being moved away from your heart. Shame and silence are being taken off like grave clothes. I want you to listen to his voice like Lazarus did. Do not stay in the tomb of your past. In the comments, I want you to shout your agreement by typing, "I am coming forth." That comment should be the sound of you coming back into the light. Don't be afraid to type it. You mean it. Yes, you have been bound by lies, restrictions, and labels. What other people told you you could or could not do. Put down by your mistakes, your failures, your past, and the lies you tell yourself about yourself from the enemy, other people, and yourself. You haven't been able to move around freely or enjoy life the way I wanted you to because of these grave clothes. But my voice can bring something back to life that has died. Death could not hold Lazarus when I called him. I will bring you back to life and nothing can hold you back right now. Someone is scrolling through their feed who feels the same way you did. Dead inside. They need to know that the power to raise the dead is real. I want you to be the one who makes that breakthrough happen right now. Send this video to other people. As you click the share button, picture the blessing of new life flowing from this message to them through your hands. Not only are you sharing a video, you are also giving someone in a tomb a spirit message. Let the risen Christ flow through you. Share it right now. There is no such thing as a too deep grave. It's never too late to die. Things can always get worse. I am the risen Christ and the living one. I speak life into things that are dead. When I breathe on dry bones, they come back to life. I say what things aren't as if they were. My words of resurrection are over your faith, your hopes, your dreams, your joy, and your purpose. Come forth. Get out of the tomb and live again. You might feel like too much has happened for things to be fixed. Too much damage has been done. Too much time has passed. Too many chances have been lost. Too many relationships have been broken. Too many words have been said that can't be taken back. And too much water has flown under the bridge. But the way you think is natural. It sounds like you're thinking about what people can do. You're also right that some things can't be fixed from a human point of view. You can't take back some things. Some things can't be brought back. But I am the God of resurrection. I'm an expert at making death come to life, ashes into beauty, grief into joy, and hope into despair. What you think is finished is what I see as the beginning of a miracle. I'm not limited by what nature can do. I work in the supernatural, and anything is possible in the supernatural world. Joseph's brothers lied to him because they hated him so much that they wanted to kill him. He was thrown into a pit and left to die. Then they changed their minds and instead sold him as a slave. As a trick, they dipped his coat in animal blood and showed it to their dad. This made him think Joseph was dead. Jacob was sad for years because he thought his favorite son was dead. Piper, an Egyptian official, bought Joseph while he was still alive and a slave in another country. He was obedient, worked hard, and respected God. As a result, Potiphar put trust in him and gave him power. Things were going well. He may have thought that his pain was over. He might have begun to believe that things were getting better. After that, Potiphar's wife made up a false accusation against him of sexual assault, which got him sent to prison for a crime he didn't do. He was locked up for years. A lie took away years of his life. He stayed in jail for years and watched other prisoners come and go. He thought for years that God had forgotten about him, if the dreams God gave him as a child would ever come true, and if the pain was for a reason. 2 of Pharaoh's servants who were locked up with him asked him to interpret their dreams. One was put back where he belonged, and Joseph asked him to think of him and talk to Pharaoh for him. The man forgot, though. Joseph stayed in jail for 2 more years, while the man he had helped moved on with his life and forgot about him. More than 10 years of pain, more than 10 years of unfair treatment, more than 10 years of not being remembered, and more than 10 years of waiting for justice that never came. It would have been simple for Joseph to get angry. It makes sense that he would have given up on the dreams God gave him. It would have made sense for him to give up because life had already hit him too hard to try again, that God wasn't telling the truth, that putting faith in God was silly. However, he chose to stay true. He chose to serve me even though his situation showed that I had left him. Many things pointed to the fact that I did not have a plan. But he chose to believe me. He picked to honor me in jail the same way he did in Potiphar's house. He kept his heart from becoming bitter. Being wrong did not turn him cynical. He didn't give up when things went wrong. Everything changed in one day. None of Pharaoh's wise men could figure out what his dream meant. The person carrying the cup suddenly thought of Joseph. After Joseph was freed from jail and cleaned up, he was taken to Pharaoh. He told Pharaoh what his dreams meant and how to get ready for the coming famine. As a reward, Pharaoh promoted him right away. He went from jail to palace in one day. He went from being forgotten to being liked in one day. He went from being a victim to a winner in one day. Actually, it's not because things got better over time. It wasn't because he slowly got out of trouble. It was because my timing was right. And when my time comes, promotion happens quickly. If you think your suddenly season is coming up, that your prison break is closer than it seems, then you need to take a prophetic alignment step right now. Sign up for this channel. You are telling the Holy Spirit that you want to stay in touch with the flow of revelation when you subscribe. You're setting yourself up so that you don't miss the word for the next season. This shouldn't be the only word you get. When God speaks again, you will be tuned in and ready to receive His instructions if you click the subscribe button and ring the bell. Vindication comes quickly. Restoration takes a short time. Breakthroughs happen quickly. You go from being in the dungeon to being in front of Pharaoh and being given power over a whole country in an instant. I'm not telling you this story to give you false hope that there will be a magic moment that makes everything better. I'm telling you this story to show you that I am always working even when you can't see it. Joseph's time as a slave and in prison was not wasted. They were years of getting ready. I was building up the humility, character, and reliance on me that he would need to handle what I was about to give him. If I had promoted him when he was 17, he would have been lost because he was full of pride and immaturity and had just achieved great things. He would have become bad because of the power. He would have lost his cool because of the job. It would have turned the blessing into a curse. He wasn't ready yet. That being said, he was ready after years of pain, learning to trust me in the dark, loyal service even when no one was looking, and honesty even when it cost him everything. What had been made in the fire could not be destroyed by the blessing. You have been in a time of getting ready. It's been tough. It hurts a lot. It seems like it's gone on forever. You ask me over and over when it will end, when you will make progress and when the pain will end. But I haven't been telling you off. I have been building you up. I've been working on you in a way that can't be done with ease and comfort. I have been making you stronger in a way that can only be done with fire. Since things haven't been easy, you wouldn't have learned how to depend on me the way you do now. You're almost done with it. It's getting warmer now. Do you feel it? Things are different in the air. Things that seemed stuck are now moving. Things that felt closed are beginning to open up. Things that seemed impossible are once again seem possible. The answer to your prayers is getting closer than you think. You have to change with it, though. No matter what the season is, you can't think like you did last year. You can't go into breakthrough with the same negative thoughts that have been bothering you. I want to give you a lot. But you can't take it all in while still being angry about what was taken away. Both the mind and the heart have to change. A change in how you see yourself. A change in how you see me. A change in the way you think about the future. You have to choose to see yourself the way I do. You have to decide to trust what I say about you more than what things around you are telling you. Your thoughts and points of view must match mine if you want to be in sync with mine. Renewing your mind isn't something that just happens. Taking every thought captive and making it obey my truth is something I do every day. When you feel like you're not good enough, you need to catch that thought before it takes over your life. And you need to change it to my truth. You are incredibly and fearfully made according to my truth. In my truth, I called you by name and knew you before you were born. My truth says that you are my handiwork, made in Christ Jesus for good works that I planned ahead of time for you to do. It's important to catch the thought that you have failed too many times, that your past makes you unfit, or that you are broken, and replace it with my truth. My truth says that every morning my mercies are fresh. How great is my loyalty! My truth says that everyone who is in Christ is a new person. Things that were old are no longer around. Everything is different now. My truth says that I no longer remember your sins. I have taken away your sins as far away from you as the east is from the west. When you think that things will never change, that you'll be stuck here forever, or that this is how your life will be, you need to catch that thought and use my truth instead. I am creating all things new according to my truth. Weeping may last all night, but joy comes in the morning according to my truth. My truth tells you that I know what's best for you and that I have plans to help you and not hurt you. I have plans to give you hope and a future. Thinking this way is not positive. It's not enough to say affirmations over and over until you believe them. This is war with the spirit world. Your mind has been the battlefield. And the enemy has been winning because you believe his lies. You give a lie power over your life every time you believe it. When you tell yourself a lie, you give that lie power to change your reality. But when you speak my truth, declare my word and align your thoughts with mine, you take power away from lies, and give power to the truth. I'm giving you the tools you need to fight back. My word cuts through things. It's alive and well, and it's sharper than any two-edged sword. Soul and spirit are split apart, as are joints and marrow. It judges what people think and feel in their hearts. When you speak my word, the enemy can't stop you. You are powered by my Spirit. When the Holy Spirit comes on you, you will have power, not your own power. Not power that you need to make yourself. Power that I give you. Power that goes through you. Power that lets you do things you could never do by yourself. My truth is your shield. The shield of faith you can use to put out all of the evil one's fiery darts. When the enemy shoots at you with accusations, fear and doubt, you hold up the shield of my truth and the arrows miss. They can't get through. They can't hurt you. They can't beat you. You will be safe as long as you hold up the shield of faith in my truth. Strongholds will start to fall apart when you use these weapons. Thought patterns that have been holding you back for years will end. You will lose the beliefs that have kept you small, scared, and stuck. Also, you'll start to become the whole person I made you to be. Slowly, steadily, one day at a time, one thought at a time, one choice at a time, not all at once, and not without work. You have faith and hope because of me. These are not vague ideas that sound good in theory, but don't mean much in real life. They are living things that change how you wake up, how you face the day, how you deal with problems, how you talk to other people, how you pray, how you worship, and how you see your future. Faith that makes you brave enough to move forward even when you can't see the whole way. Faith that makes you do what you're told, even when it doesn't make sense. Faith that makes you trust even when you're scared. Hope that keeps you steady when the storms around you get bad. Hope that helps you stay steady when things are trembling. Hope that gives you something to hold on to when it seems like everything else is falling apart. Hope that looks past what's happening now to the things I've promised. Hope that can see what can't be seen. Believe what seems impossible and receive what seems impossible. I'm putting these gifts inside you right now. They don't need to be worked up. You don't have to make them happen by positive thinking or sheer willpower. All you have to do is get them. Let your hands go. Let what I'm giving you into your heart. Let me into your heart. Not the level where you're polite and careful to look nice. What you show the world is not the real you. The deep real level is where you've been hiding your real struggles, doubts, and feelings. The level where you shut up the anger you don't want to show. The level where you keep the questions you don't want to ask. The level where you hide the sadness you don't know how to deal with. I'm not scared of your mess. Your questions don't surprise me. Your anger doesn't bother me. I'm not shocked that you have doubts. I know you. I know all of you. The bad, the good, the ugly, the beautiful, the broken, and the whole. I know everything about you. I love everything about you. Even the parts you don't like. Even the parts you don't like. Even the parts you don't want other people to see. I love all of you. I need all of you. Not just the parts that you agree with, because I can't heal what you won't tell me. I won't be able to touch your wounds as long as you keep them from me. As long as you hide your pain, I won't be able to help you. Telling yourself that everything is fine won't help me figure out what's wrong. I can't change something that you won't give up. I can't take over if you keep holding on to power. I can't show you my way if you don't give up yours. I can't tell you what my plan is if you keep insisting on yours. I can't bring back something you won't let go of. I can't give you the future if you hang on to the past. I can't bring you happiness if you keep holding on to anger, if you don't let go of your offenses. I can't give you peace. Let go of it. You need to put your hands out. You need to let go of what you've been holding on to so I can give you what I've been holding for you. Bring your sadness to me. The hopes that died. The prayers that were answered but not the way you thought they would be. The things you thought I said I would do never happened. At least not yet. Put them down at my feet and I'll speak life over them. I will bring some of them back to life in their original form. What you prayed for will come true. Others I will bring back to life in a way that is better than what you had in mind. You'll see that what I planned was better than what you asked for. But if you give them to me, none of them will go to waste. Bring your fear to me. That worry that makes you wake up at night with a racing heart. The sudden fear that seems to take over you. The stress that keeps you from being at peace in the present. The fear of losing what little strength you still have. The fear of having to face another day. The worry about getting hurt again. The worry that you will fail again. The fear of always being the same. That doesn't mean you should act like those feelings don't exist. I'm not telling you to push them down, ignore them, or lie about them. Please give them to me so they don't have any power over you. Fear is gone because of my perfect love. And fear has no power over you when you are rooted in my love. Bring me how tired you are. Being worn out that sleep doesn't help with. How tired you are to the bone. When you're emotionally worn out from carrying heavy things for too long. The mental weariness that makes it hard to make choices or think straight. The weariness in your spirit that makes it hard to worship, pray, or even read my word. I am your rest. Not just a short nap that makes you feel better, but a deep soul rest that makes you feel better all over. Come to me when you're tired. Do not try to get through it on your own. Do not try to be strong enough to handle everything. I can give you the strength you need if you come to me. You've been trying hard while I've been giving you grace. You've been performing while I've been being present. When I've been offering acceptance, you've been making progress. It's not about trying harder to live a Christian life. It's not about getting more done, being more or being more successful. It's about having more faith. To learn to abide in me means to stay connected to me and get your life from me. I'm the vine. You're the branch. A branch doesn't have to work hard to make fruit. A branch doesn't worry about what it's doing being good enough. A branch stays attached to the vine and fruit grows because of that attachment. The branch gets its life from the vine and fruit grows naturally from that. You have been working hard to make fruit on your own, but it has left you tired and empty. But if you stay in me, stay connected to me through prayer, worship, and giving up, fruit will come without you having to work for it. When you connect to me who is love, love will flow out of you with ease. As a result of my presence, joy will overflow in you because you are resting in me. Peace will guard your heart. You will become more patient as you learn how I time things. You will treat each other with kindness because my heart is in you, because my nature is shaping yours. The choices you make will be good because you are experiencing my faithfulness. Faithfulness will define your relationships. Because you've been gentle with me, it will soften the way you respond. Because my spirit is giving you strength, you will be able to control your urges. This isn't something that can be done with hard work and determination. You get it. As long as you stay in me. Instead of trying to be good enough, I should just rest in the fact that I am enough. Don't try to earn my favor. Instead, accept my grace. Don't try to prove how valuable you are. Just know that you are valuable because you are mine. You are getting new life right now from me. This isn't a figure of speech. It's not just a nice thought. At this very moment, I can feel my spirit being breathed into you. When I touch you, I feel parts of you that have been numb. The parts that shut down to keep you from hurting more. I'm waking them up slowly, carefully, and with love. I am putting back together the pieces of you that were broken. There were pieces that were broken because of trauma, disappointment, or betrayal. I'm putting the pieces back together. They are better, stronger, and more beautiful than they were before. And I'm doing it with so much love, care, and tenderness that you might not even know it until you look back and see how far you've come. I don't always change things in a loud and dramatic way. It can be quiet and slow at times. It's sometimes the smallest change in how you see things that changes the way they look. Sometimes it's a wound that you didn't even know you had getting better slowly. It's sometimes the slow process of trusting again after being lied to. There are times when it's the slow return of hope after despair. Do not look down on the small beginnings. Don't skip the quiet work. I'm doing it because it's not flashy or grand. Changes that are very deep only you and I can see happen in a secret place. The deepest change takes place in your heart where no one else can see it. You'll wake up one day and find that you're not the same person you used to be. You'll see how much you've grown, healed, and changed when you look back. You'll praise me because you'll know I did it. I'm happy for you. I understand that you don't feel like you've accomplished anything noteworthy. I'm sure you look back on your life and see all the times you failed. I know that you feel like you don't measure up when you look at other people. But I see something else. You have courage that most people don't have. Have the guts to keep going even when it's fun to give up. It takes courage to believe even when it's easier to give up. You had the guts to keep reaching for me when you could have given up. You're persistent, which makes me want to do better. Many times someone has knocked you down, but you keep getting back up. Even though you've been turned down, let down, hurt, and lost, you are still here fighting, hoping, and believing. That's not being weak. That is a huge amount of strength. I see a heart that won't give up on me even though you want to give up on everything. A heart that keeps turning toward me. Even when I don't say anything or seem close. A heart that looks for me even when it can't find me. An open heart that loves me even when you don't know what I'm doing. That level of devotion really moves my heart. I really like that kind of faith. Love like that makes me proud to be your parent. You're not a loser. You are still being worked on. Also, I'm the artist who is making a masterpiece. There is a reason for every stroke of the brush. Each color means something. Every shadow makes the light stand out. Every dark spot makes the bright spot stand out even more. I will paint a picture of your life so that when I'm done, you will see beauty. Where you now see brokenness. Where you feel pain now, you will see a reason for it. You'll see glory. Where you see shame right now, that person will have a story to tell, a testimony to share, and a life to live. We're not quite there yet, though. There's still work to do. Some parts still need to be healed. Still, there are wounds that need to be healed. There are still patterns that need to be broken. Still, some lies need to be changed to the truth. Deep down, you still need to accept some truths that will change the way you think, feel, and live. You have to stay with me through the whole thing. Do not run when it's too hot or too cold. If it feels like too much, don't shut down. When the pain comes back, don't numb yourself. Stay in the present. Keep your door open. Don't give up. Allow me to complete the task at hand. That's not what this is about. It's about making progress. This isn't about being sure of everything. This is about moving on. Don't worry about how strong you feel. This is about letting your weakness make my strength stronger. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep coming. When you don't feel like it, keep coming to me. Listen for my voice. Even if you're not sure you can hear it, keep letting me into your heart. Even when you don't feel anything, even when it's hard, keep choosing to believe. Just show up. Just that is all I want. Just show up and let me handle the rest. I'm with you. Not in a vague theoretical way. Not like when you send good thoughts. Not in the sense of being everywhere at all times. In the closest, most personal and real way possible. I am with you. Right now, I'm in the room with you. I'm almost as close to you as your breath. I understand what you're going through better than you do. I know what you're thinking before you do. When you feel something, I feel it first. I can see every tear before it hits the ground. I'm also involved in your life. I'm planning things behind the scenes, putting things in their right places and getting ready for what's next. You're not walking by yourself. You've never been by yourself. Even when you felt like no one was there for you, when you screamed for help and I didn't answer, I was there for you when you thought I had forgotten about you or stopped caring. When you didn't have the strength to take another step, I carry you. When you felt like you were going to fall apart, I held you together. It was me who spoke life over you while you spoke death over yourself. I fought for you when you were too tired to do it yourself. All of that is still going on right now. Wonderful things are coming up that I can't wait to show you. There will be times when you can't breathe. Breakthroughs that will make you cry with happiness. Links that will bring back what was lost. Chances that will let you through doors you thought were permanently shut. Healing that will get to the core of your hurts and make you whole in ways you never thought possible. That will meet your needs, even if you haven't said them out loud. A heart that has experienced too much sorrow will overflow with joy. Places that have only known chaos will experience peace. Love that will fill in the gaps that have been hurting from emptiness. I'm not making this up. To make you feel better temporarily. I'm not making you feel better by making false promises because I hold your future. I can tell you what I see happening. I can see it clearly. And I'd like to ask you to help me make it happen. Not by trying hard, but by believing, not by pushing, but by giving in. Not by being in charge, but by having faith with your schedule. Trust me. Trust me with the way you do things. With your family. Trust me with your money. Trust me with your health. Trust me. Trust me with your hopes and dreams. Trust me with your bad feelings. You can trust me with your inquiries, with everything. Trust me. You can trust me. He called you by your name and he wants to keep talking to you directly. Do not let this talk end when the video does. If reading these words made you feel something deep inside, like he was there with you, then please subscribe. This is more than just pressing a button. It's setting up a meeting with God. It's saying, God, I will be here, ready to receive what you have for me next. Join this group of Christians who must hear his voice. Sign up now and stay under the spout where the good stuff is. People who trusted me have never been let down. I'm not going to begin with you either. I beg for your trust. Amen. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it if it moved you. To get this blessing, type Amen in the comments. Sign up for this channel to get more messages of hope and comfort. Don't forget that God is talking to you directly, that His words bring life and peace, and that He is always with you. Before we pray, I'd like you to do one last thing. Pick 3 people, family, friends, or even enemies who need to hear that God is giving them new life. Feel free to send them this message. As a priest, you are taking on the role of sharing. You're asking for other people to have the same breakthrough you just had. God wants His word to be spread by a network of people. Be the hub of the connection right now. Share this word from the prophet and watch how God works in your group. You're not by yourself. You are loved very much. What's coming next will be even better than what you already have. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected high vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you won't just receive blessings, they will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional. But your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step.